Now, your neighbor just posted that landed in Dublin photo, and everyone in the family WhatsApp group have started asking you, when is it your turn? The truth is, most people are not failing because moving to Ireland is impossible. No, they are just failing because they are following the wrong process. In this video, I will show you the exact order that gives you the best chance of relocating to Ireland with your family. And we will also cover the two employment pathways where employers are actually hiring international workers, how to prepare a CV that can get past the applicant tracking systems, where to apply, how the permits and visa process works, and the documents that delay thousands of applications every year. Stay with me until the end because I'm going to give you a complete step-by-step guide on how you can go about it. Give you the links to job boards where you can search for jobs and apply. So kindly stay with me because this might be all you need to make that move. And at any point, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section and I will do my best to help you. Just do me a favor, kindly click the like button as it helps us with the algorithm. Thanks. Let's get started. Now, the very first question you need to answer is simple. Which pathway do you actually qualify for? Because every other step depends on this. There are two main employment routes that many people use to move to Ireland. The first one is the Critical Skills Employment Permit. Now, Ireland has experienced labor shortages for years because of its growing economy and aging population. To help fill those shortages, the government created a critical skill employment permit for occupations that are difficult to fill locally. This includes software developers, ICT professionals, engineers, doctors, specialist nurses, pharmacists, scientists, and several other highly skilled professions. So, if your occupation is on the critical skill occupation list, you've probably found the faster route. Why? Firstly, employers generally don't have to complete a labor market test, like checking if there is there anybody in Ireland that can, do this job before hiring you. And secondly, bringing your immediate family is often more straightforward. And thirdly, after completing the required period of eligible employment, many critical skill permit holders can apply for Stamp 4, giving them much greater freedom to live and work in Ireland. Now, you can ask, what if your occupation isn't on that list? Now, don't panic. The second option is the General Employment Permit. This is also a legitimate pathway into Ireland. The main difference is that employers here usually have to complete a labor market need test before offering the position to someone from outside European Economic Area. This route is commonly used for occupations such as caregivers, truck drivers, bus drivers, electricians, carpenters, welders, and many other skilled trades that continue to experience demand. Visit the Department of Enterprise website and check the latest critical occupation list. Now, here's where thousands of people lose months searching for jobs, not because they are unqualified, but because they are applying to employers who never sponsor international workers. Don't make that mistake. Some of the best places to start are jobsisland.ie, which is Irish government's own employment portal. Then we also have the irishjob.ie, one of Ireland's largest job websites. Then there's EURES, the European employment portal that also lists opportunities in Ireland. Then you have the LinkedIn, which you know, and Indeed. When you are searching, don't just type the job title. Look for employers who mention words like visa sponsorship, employment permits, relocation support, or indicate that they welcome international applicants. That simple filter can save you countless hours. If you need help with a list of employers in Ireland with their email or career websites, you can indicate in the comment section and I will send that to you as well. Then, before you send one application, let's talk about the CV because this is another place where many applicants get eliminated before a recruiter even sees their name. Many Irish employers use applicant tracking system, often called the ATS, to screen CVs automatically. If your CV isn't ATS friendly, it may never reach a human recruiter. Keep your CV clean and professional. Avoid fancy graphics, text boxes, and unnecessary designs. A standard Irish CV should be concise, tailored, and strictly one page for limited experience. Then if you have more experience, you can get up to 2 pages, but one page is okay. Then Irish recruiters heavily favor a clean reverse chronological format where your most recent work experience appears first. Now, this is very important. Crucially, to comply with Irish data protection and anti-discrimination laws, you must omit personal details such as passport photo, date of birth, marital status, gender, nationality, or religion. Instead, add work authorization, which will enable the employer know instantly that you require employer sponsorship for an Irish employment permit. Then tailor your skills to match job description naturally and include keywords that accurately reflect your qualifications. If you need a CV sample in any field, just tell me in the comment section and I will send it to you. A good CV won't guarantee you an interview, but a poorly formatted one can prevent you from getting one. Now, this is one of the biggest misunderstandings I see. Think of it like this: getting permission to work and getting permission to enter Ireland are two different things. If an employer decides to hire you, they usually submit or support the employment permit application through Ireland's employment permit system. Once that permit has been approved, if your nationality requires an entry visa, you then apply for appropriate Irish visa through the Irish immigration process. Different applications, different purposes. Understanding the difference makes the whole process much easier to follow. Now, let's talk about the part that matters the most for many people: your family. One of the biggest reasons people choose Ireland is that depending on your employment permit and immigration status, your spouse and children may be able to join you instead of staying behind for years. If you're moving on a critical skill employment permit, this is where things get even better. Eligible family members can usually apply to accompany or join you. And if your spouse is granted stamp 1G, they can generally work in Ireland without needing their own employment permit. That's a huge advantage because it allows both of you to build your careers from the start, depending on your circumstances and processing times. Many families complete this stage in about 8 to 12 weeks after submitting the required applications. Now, if you are moving on a general employment permit, the good news is that you can also bring your spouse and dependent children. However, unlike the critical skill route, family reunification usually happens after you've met required eligibility conditions. So you may need to relocate first before your family can apply to join you. Once eligible, family visa processing can also take around 8 to 12 weeks, depending on the application and immigration workload. And once your children are registered, they can attend schools in Ireland, just like other resident children. Let me leave you with one piece of advice that could save you weeks or even months. Imagine finally getting that email saying, "Congratulations, we would like to offer you the job," only to realize that you're missing one or two important documents. Believe it or not, this is where many applications get delayed. So don't wait until you have a job offer before getting your paperwork together. Start preparing things like valid passports for yourself and every member of your family traveling with you, police clearance certificates where required, your educational certificates and professional qualifications, of course, your employment reference letters from previous employers, any professional registration or licenses required for your occupation, and if requested, proof of accommodation and evidence that you meet the financial and immigration requirements for your application. Getting these documents ready while you're searching for jobs puts you several steps ahead. Then, when the right opportunity comes, you're ready to move instead of scrambling to gather paperwork. Trust me, your future self will thank you for it. So that's the process. Find the right pathway, target the employers that actually hire internationally, build an ATS friendly CV, understand the difference between the employment permit and the visa, prepare your family documents early, and then move through each stage one step at a time. Now, I'll drop the link of verified recruitment agencies, useful job websites, and probably additional things that will help you in the process. Just check the description. I'll put the link there. I also love to know which country are you watching us from. Leave it in the comment section. And if I know any country specific tips or resources, I'll point you in that direction. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to be notified when we post videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I will definitely see you in the next video.